Welcome, everyone. Welcome to TPC Live, the joy of making, where we share the handmade happiness. I am Sherry Harris, and I will be acting as your moderator or conversationalist, whichever you prefer. And I am so delighted to be co hosting with the founder and director of the Pieces Collective, Akrama Muhammad. Hey, Akrama, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Cherie?
I'm so excited. This is our first episode of The Joy of Making. I'm super excited. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Akram, I want you to just tell us a little bit about what we're going to be sharing today.
Oh, wow. We have a wonderful lineup of products to share today. Products that are good for gifts for yourself or gifts for your loved ones. And it's going to be really exciting. We have some nice warm scarves, candles, etc. So we'll get into it, but believe me, we have some very nice things for you this evening.
Well, this is the season of gift giving, and I'm excited. One of the things I love about handmade items is that even though you might buy two scarves, they're never really exactly the same. So
Exactly.
you can always give something that's unique. So I'm looking forward to it. But before we get into that, I want you to kind of tell us, what do you have coming up?
Well, the Pieces Collective has a lot going on this season. We are really busy this holiday season with our markets that we're having. We are involved with an organization in Columbia, Maryland called The Third, and it's an organization for women of color, entrepreneurs. And we had our Small Business Saturday event this past Saturday, but we're having a holiday bazaar on November 17th, and it is always festive and fun. People come to support. It's a wonderful event. And we'll also be at the Historic Savage Mill here in Maryland if you're local. The Historic Savage Mill has a really storied history in this area. And they will be having a maker's market. It's called Yuletide Festivals. So we will be there the next 2 weekends. And then we will have our Kwanzaa event at the Harriet Tubman Cultural Center here also in Maryland on the 28th. So we've got a lot going on. We have another live on December 7th. And what else is going on? Am I missing anything?
No, I mean, that's a lot right there. I mean, as we go along, we'll catch up, but I'm already exhausted just listening to you. That's a lot. So we have a lot to cover today. I am excited. I got my credit card out. I'm ready to go shopping personally. So let's get started. So I'm going to just ask the question out there. Who doesn't love the scent and smell of the holidays? I mean, it just kind of gives you nostalgia, right? There's just certain scents that just remind you of back in the day. And that's going to be our first category. Seasonal scents for your festive home. What you got for us?
You can't have the holiday without candles. Wonderful holiday smelling candles. And the Pieces Collective has that for you. Our candles are 100% soy. They are long-lasting candles. They burn clean and wonderful scents. In fact, we always get compliments on these candles. I wish you could smell them. This is candy cane, which of course is very specific to the holidays. And we also have several other scents, spiced cranberry. We have brown sugar fig and several other scents. When you go to the website, you'll see there are many scents you can pick from. So we love these candles. They're 60 to 80 hour burn times, which is relatively long. And they just make your home smell delicious. They're 12 ounces and a bargain at $15.
That is a bargain. And I can smell them from here. I can only imagine what that smells like. I mean, I wish we had smell-o-vision. I mean, man, I love candles. I actually burn candles here in my office. So I may have to get one of those today.
Yeah, these candles are great.
Yeah, I absolutely love those. Okay, so we have the candles, so you got your house smelling nice and you nice and cozy for the holidays. But we have something else to keep the scents going as well. So these are diffusers. So these are not only beautiful looking, but they last a long time. You know, I personally like to put diffusers in my bathroom. So Krama, tell us about these beautiful botanical reed diffusers.
Yeah, these are botanical reed diffusers by Ann DeLuca. And this particular scent is cinnamon, is apple. What is this scent? Apple cider cinnamon.
Oh,
Smells delicious. You know when on the holidays when you come home and you walk into the house and it smells like apple pie or something baking,
yeah.
apple cider. That's the smell. Makes
Oh,
you think of home. And these diffusers last a long time. I'll tell you a story. My mother got one, which is the other one that we have, which is evergreen pine. The apple cider cinnamon comes with a beautiful little red ribbon, and of course, the evergreen pine comes with a green ribbon. So my
oh,
mother got one of these last year, and actually, it was just last week. She said to me, "Do you have any more of those diffusers?" It lasted so long, and it's just now, actually, honestly, that we're not smelling it anymore. So it's a whole year that we've used those evergreen pine diffusers. And
wow.
so she got the apple cider cinnamon one now. So
Oh my God.
we'll change that
So,
again next year.
so you mind putting it back up again? I wanted to just see, it looks really large because typically, yeah, that's a nice size. And you could see all
This,
the bits and stuff in there.
yeah, this is 5.5 fluid ounces, and yeah, there's some herbs and there's a apple piece in there, and it's very decorative.
Oh my
So not
gosh.
only does it smell delicious, it looks delicious.
Oh my
And the
goodness.
one
That
thing
is,
about these is that they'll last usually between 1 and 6 months. And what you need to do is just turn them occasionally. And when you turn them, make sure you turn them one reed at a time, and that'll make it last longer.
oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. You hear that, folks? I learned something today, how to keep a diffuser smelling wonderfully. You know, when you said that smell of pies and things like that, for nothing else, because I don't cook pie, I may have to
Right.
just get one of those just to fake the funk. And like, go, oh yeah, there's a pie in the oven, but we ate it already, but it's my diffuser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's good for that too.
Exactly. Absolutely. Exactly. Okay. So we've got candles and we've got the diffuser. So now we've got the house. Now, one of the other great things that we wanted to mention is that the candles, I'm going to go back for a second. The candles are eco-friendly and they're clean burning, right?
Right. Right.
Right. Absolutely clean burning. So we love that. And one thing I learned about clean burning candles is that if you keep the wick clean, you know, you have to actually clean. I didn't know that. You have to actually clean the wick. It really prolongs the burn. So make sure you're
Yeah.
cleaning those wicks out there.
And you
I did.
have to clip the wicks,
You
you
gotta clip
know,
those.
so that
Yeah.
they don't get too long. You ever burn a candle and you get that deep indent? It's like a lake in your candle.
Yeah.
And if you click the wick, it will burn evenly. And
Yeah. No, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So for a diffuser, who do you think is a great gift for, Krama?
Oh, a diffuser is a great gift for just about anyone. Um, for someone at work, you know, a good gift for a family member or a friend. It's very
Mhm.
universal because everybody loves a good smelling home. I mean, who's not going to want to have their home smell nice and be healthy as well? Because a lot of times, you don't want to spray the aerosol sprays, not knocking it because I do that sometimes, but I'm saying if you have a nice natural scent, it's much more peaceful. So
No,
I think you
absolutely.
can give it to just about anyone, male or female.
Yeah.
So it's not bound by gender. So I think it's a great gift for the
Yeah. You know,
holidays.
your mail persons, teachers, all those neighbors and maintenance people. These are fantastic gifts. All right, let's keep
Yeah, and
track.
every time they smell it, they'll think of you.
There you go. I love that. All right. So this is one of my favorites, scarves. Scarves are up next. I love a good scarf, Akrama.
Yeah. You can never have too many scarves, right? I love
Never.
scarves too. And
Mhm.
I love them in all year round, but particularly, of course, in the winter. And we have these beautiful scarves, these handmade scarves by Pretty Simple. And these are so soft. I wish you could feel it. Look how, I don't know if you can see. Let me stand up and so you can
Yeah.
see.
I love how wide that is. It's
Very wide.
beautiful. Yeah.
You can wrap yourself in this. It's just wonderful. I think I'm out of the
Mhm.
screen.
Yeah, come over a little bit more if you could.
Move this way.
Okay. That is so
Yeah.
pretty.
And
And
this
it
is,
looks warm.
it's very warm and soft. It's so soft. I love it. I love it. This is the Kennedy red and green scarf. You can wrap it around different ways. You can wear it open. You can wear it as a scarf up around your neck, or you can wear it as a shawl. You can wear it at home eating popcorn on a cool night.
Right, while you're burning that really nice candle, right?
Yeah,
Watching some
while you're
Netflix.
burning the candle, getting really cozy.
Getting really
Yeah, we have
cozy.
that. But if you want something, let's say you're going out and you want something a little bit more, with a little bit more pizzazz,
Oh,
you have
look
this
at
ring scarf.
that.
This scarf is from Pomegranate Moon, and it's felted. It's all wool, felted scarf. And they use a process called the Nuno felting process. These are handmade.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It is, and those are my favorite colors.
Yeah, yeah, I love this scarf. We're out of the multicolor, unfortunately, but this one is beautiful. It's neutral. You can wear it with anything. Um, and it feels good. It feels soft. It's lightweight.
Wow. I need that today. I'm wearing all black, Chroma. I need that on me right now. That would just be what I need for this outfit. That's gorgeous.
It's the perfect scarf to, just uptick your outfit. And you can wear it for business. You can wear it for when you go out in the evening. It's very versatile.
Now, tell us a little bit about, I guess, if you can, a little bit more about the origin of that particular scarf because it's so unique. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, Pomegranate Moon is a company that works with collectives in Nepal. So women's collectives, there may be some men's collectives as well, but these are collectives that pass down traditions from generation to generation. And this Nuno process is a felting process where the materials are heated and soaked and scrubbed, and then they are pressed, causing the fibers to come together in that felting process. So this is, what they use on most of their felted scarves, but they also use a felt technique called the wet felted technique, which is one of the oldest techniques for fabric making. So actually, when you're felting, you're using the fibers to actually make a fabric. So you have
wow.
you have different color fibers and wools that you are putting together and pressing together and heating and soaping and scrubbing, etc., to actually make a fabric.
Wow.
So it's pretty interesting, and they've been doing this for generations. And this is why the Pieces Collective is so near and dear to my heart, because I really admire when you look at cultures and they have traditions and things that they have been doing that they pass down, creative arts that they do. I want us to see us have that more and teach our young people some of the traditions that we have, because we do have those traditions. We have the quilting
Mhm.
traditions. We have the basket making tradition from the more famously known from in South Carolina for
Mhm.
the baskets that are made there and hand weaving those. But I
Mhm.
think like we believe everybody should know how to make something with their hands, grow something with the earth from the earth, and serve their community. So I'm always, excited when I see other cultures and what they do and how they carry it on. And they use it also as economic, to be economically viable in some of these places where it's difficult for them to get work. They use it to sustain themselves, and they work collectively.
That's what it is. It's that's the beauty of TPC, really is that you are bringing these unique and culturally sound items to people who might not know. And there's a story behind everything that is being sold here. And I love that. And I'm looking forward to, as we do more of these, learning more about the origins. And it's just the educational, we have a lot of fun. Of course, we want to have something that's beautiful, but there's a history behind it, and that's
Right.
really bringing the community closer.
Mm-hmm.
So I absolutely love that. Can we see that one more time? It is just so unique and so pretty.
Absolutely.
Just wanted
That was
everyone to get one
Louisiana.
more look at it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Would you mind putting it to the I want to see a little bit more intricately. It's so pretty.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
making a note. So, guys, before I buy up everything, you see the scroll on the bottom. So you can definitely go online now. It's www.thepiecescollective.org/shop, or you can use the QR code and it'll take you directly to the item, but they are going fast. So you might want to get one as quickly as possible. And just as soon as we are off, I am going to buy one for myself for sure. Let's look at the other scarf one more time before we go on to the
Sure.
next category.
See, that's the other good thing about being in the TPC. You get to see things first.
I know. There it is. You hear that, folks? You get to see things first. That's beautiful.
This
It's
is really soft. I have to
yeah.
say, it's very soft.
Yeah. If anyone is working in an office and you're cold, that's one of the things you can never quite get right in an office space. You have some people who are hot, you have some people who are cold. This makes a really great wrap to keep in the office. It's also fashionable, it's warm, it's easy to carry. So that's another great thing. I like to keep a wrap in my car. You just never know. I was stranded in Armageddon in Atlanta 2011. So I always make sure that I have something that's warm, doesn't matter what the temperature is, but I digress.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to something that I'm really interested in seeing. This is called the Big Piece Bag. Now, I can never have a bag that's not too big to carry all of the things that I should not be carrying, but yet and still, I have a big bag. So I can't wait to see this.
Well, we have a lot to carry because we're
Oh,
busy, right?
man,
And we got a lot going on. So
we
this
sure do.
is the big piece bag.
Oh, look at
Um,
that. That is beautiful.
Teachers actually inspired me, and quilting, of course. So this is quilted, machine and hand sewn, and it's quilted with Ankara fabrics. And so there's many little lines here. This was a labor of love, and it has this decorative button,
Hmm.
and it has a pocket
Oh,
inside
wow. Look at
as
that.
well, if you can see that.
Yeah.
And so I love quilting, and it's something that I'm just in awe of the people who quilt. And so I'm getting more and more to where I want to make products that are all quilted for home decor, bags, of course. And this is one of my favorite bags that I made. And I love the colors. It reminds me of the ocean.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
And Akrama, I wanted you, if you wouldn't mind, show the leather. Right, yeah, show that. That is so important.
Yeah. Now
That
this
adds
is vegan
comfort.
leather.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives you comfort to your shoulder and a stability
Absolutely.
and a little
Absolutely.
fashion zaza.
Yeah. A little accent there.
Absolutely. It's
So I
beautiful.
love this bag. This bag, this is the big piece bag tall. So this is a
Okay.
long bag. Now you can use this to go to the office. You can use it casually. You can take it to the beach. You can use it as a short weekend or overnight stay. It's
Yeah.
it's big enough for all of that. And it's lightweight. It's not that heavy.
All you moms out there, you've got your children and all the different things you have to carry for them, and you want something a little different and stylish. This is perfect.
Yeah, I was inspired by teachers. I used to see teachers. Teachers carry big bags.
Mm-hmm.
So because they have a
Yeah.
lot of stuff to carry. So
A
I
lot of
wanted to make sure that teachers had beautiful bags to carry. Just because you have to carry a lot of stuff doesn't mean you can't be stylish and beautiful. This is the standard size.
Okay. That is such a beautiful pattern.
Isn't it beautiful? Now this is made of different strips, like 24 different strips of fabric sewn together and then quilted.
Oh my goodness.
It's a labor of love. But
Definitely,
a lot of love
definitely.
went into every stitch on this bag.
Wow. Now those are
My
such
favorite.
interesting patterns. And you can wear that with just about anything, and you have the flexibility. You can carry everything. And I just love the fact that it is just so, yes. Sophia says, I need that. Yes, teachers are lovers of bags. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a bag. For me, I would use that bag and keep it with me all the time, because you never know when you're going to need a bag, right? And
right,
we're always picking up things as we go along. I don't know how half the time I have so much stuff as I'm going on in my travels.
right.
And we're all trying to be earth conscious and save Mother Earth. And so we're getting rid of plastic and things like that. So having this bag at the ready, you can roll it up, you can just keep it in your car, what have you, and you'll always be prepared
Yeah.
to
It's
carry anything that you need.
it's one of the reasons that tote bags along with scarves are, always vying for the number one accessory. I mean, tote bags have been around for a century, and nobody gets tired of them. And we keep finding different ways to invent them and innovate with them. But they're basically a way to be functional, practical, and stylish. So
No, it's
you can
definitely
never have
stylish.
too many totes
I know, I know. I do want to
or
ask you,
shoes or do it. No.
or earrings or whatever. We're
Or,
women. We can have as much as we want because we have to look good at all times or not. We have
right.
choices, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. But I wanted to ask you a question, because there may be someone out there who is wondering, how do you care for this bag?
This bag, I would spot clean it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would spot clean it. If it, really got dirty, then I would wash it in cold water, very gentle, almost just soaking it, and
Mm-hmm.
then let it lay flat to dry, maybe stuff it so that it keeps its shape.
Got it. Got it. All right. Awesome. Awesome. If anyone has any questions about any of the items that we are showcasing, please just put them in the chat and we will get to them. We want to make sure that you fully understand the product, and that we're here to help you. This is the gift giving season. We want to make sure that you are definitely getting the right present for the right person. All right, so we're going to move along. We're doing really well. We might circle back to some of these items, but now we're going into the big category, which is jewelry. Okay,
Jewelry. Jewelry.
jewelry, ma'am, jewelry.
Yes.
So you're
Yeah.
on. Tell us all about what you
Well,
got.
jewelry is such a vast category. You have all types of jewelry. You have big bling jewelry. You have very delicate, demure type jewelry. So, and at the Pieces Collective, we have a variety of jewelry as well. But tonight, we're going to show you jewelry by this company called Anjou. And we found out about them. Actually, we found out about them on our own, just looking through for fair trade businesses, because I would say 85% of the things that we have on our site are made by local makers. But we do have partnerships and support cooperatives globally. We make sure that they're fair trade, and usually they're women's cooperatives. And so we support them, and we purchase their products. So that's how we came across Anjou. And then we also, there's an organization called FAIR that is a wholesale business for fair trade companies. And so Anjou is well, it started as a family-run company.
Lift it a little higher, Chroma, because
See
we
it?
can't. A little bit more. There you go.
Actually, I'm going to take it off too. But these are necklaces and beads, wooden beads that are wrapped with fabric.
Oh.
And of course, I love that because I love fabric.
Wow.
And can you see?
Yeah.
Aren't they pretty?
That's beautiful. So that's fabric?
That's fabric. So these are collectives in India, and they do a lot of work with recycled saris. So
Okay.
that's where they get this fabric, and they do the beads. And it was a family that came here and decided to start a business and help some of the artisans that were that are back in India, their home. And so they started making this jewelry, and it took off. Here's another necklace. This is called the Asha. These are all the Asha designs.
Oh yeah, that one is one of my favorites. Yeah.
And it's very let me make sure I get it here.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
There it is.
There it is.
So are these covered in fabric as well? They're all covered in fabric.
Okay. All of their jewelry is fabric covered from the Asha collection.
Wow, that is so interesting. That's beautiful.
So it's almost like fabric pearls.
I love that.
Yeah. And very colorful. I like colorful, vibrant anything.
This is giving me Caribbean. I'm on vacation, giving me those vibes.
Yeah. And then, of course, they make earrings as well. And they accent the earrings with beads.
Wow, that is beautiful. Now I would love to get that as a gift. I mean, not only is it stylish and it's beautiful, but of course it's handmade. You cannot beat the price point. It is amazing.
Exactly.
But it's so soft, it's so feminine, it's so lovely,
And they're very light.
Yeah. Well, that's important because we all know, ladies, our ears have been pulled down from heavy, earrings. See, I just pulled my earring out. And start stretching your ear hole out. So we don't want to do that. We're not doing that anymore. But that is such a beautiful earring.
Yeah. And I used to not wear big earrings. Not that these are big, comparatively speaking, today, but I would consider these big. before, but I hesitated because they used to be so heavy, but now they're making them out of fabric, making them out of paper. We have a maker, Madonna, Marvelous Creations by Madonna, and she makes beautiful paper beads, earrings, and even these are her earrings. These are aluminum, and you might think that they were heavy, but they're not. They're light as a feather.
Wow.
But I love the concept because, again, it's working with fabric and working with textiles. I love the concept of making jewelry with fabric. What else can we make with fabric? Let's think.
I know, right? I'm like, I want to make something with fabric. Like, I know, I want to do that. We need if there's any suggestions out there, what we should be making with fabric that's a little out the box, let us know. You know, a client can make anything, by the way.
We're game. We're game to try it. You know?
No, absolutely.
Can't hurt just to try.
No, for sure, for sure. I mean, this is wonderful. You know, I'm so happy that you're doing this. You know, in a time where everyone is so busy, you know, shopping, you know, getting the Black Friday deals at the big box stores, you know, but it's really the small businesses, the entrepreneurs, the artisans who, you know, really make the world go around. And it's so important. And like you said earlier, there's history behind this. I mean, this year, you know, let's give something with a little bit more gumption, with, you know, something that has some meaning to it. Anyone can go to a big box and buy the latest, greatest, you know, item that 1,000 people have. But this is the one of a kind, unique present. And I know that I personally feel good when I support an artisan. You know, it like you said, it's a labor of love. And now I have something that they potentially spent hours on and making sure that they got it right so that I can enjoy it or the next person can enjoy it. And it means a lot.
Yeah, and you're also paying tribute to a time-honored tradition because, you know, this has always been what we have done. And it's one of the reasons why I really am committed to Handmade, is because it's part of what keeps our community together. You know, the activity of handmaking is a community activity. Yes, you can sew by yourself, etc. But, you know, in our history, we've always done it together, whether it be quilting, knitting, sewing, all those types of traditions, beading. Even if you go back to the motherland and you look back at the history there, you'll see the women sitting in a circle beading and that type of thing. So, you know, it's in our nature to create.
Yeah. And there's pride behind it. I mean, you can actually walk around with something or wear something that there's pride behind, you know. We're not going to get into the whole thing of a lot of our history being lost. We all know that story. But this is bringing that back. There's a way that we can reclaim some of that by supporting the Pieces Collective, who supports local makers. And I just think that it is amazing. You know, I'm so happy that you're doing this.
I just want to also hit on the point of it being intergenerational. Today, when people have been talking about the generation gap for a long time, but you know, you're beginning to see it a little more and more. And this is a way of bringing us back together and being in an environment where we can talk, where it's not threatening or judgmental or any of those things. We're just passing down skills and learning from the people, the young people as well. So I think it could be a real tool to help us continue to grow as a community.
I love that idea. You know, we're in a microwave society. And so if we can slow the younger generations down just a little bit to just kind of really see what it takes to make something like this and the stories behind it, just slow them down just a little bit. You know, there's a time and place for all the things that the younger generations are doing. And I learn a lot from them. But sometimes just slowing them down just a little bit and just saying, hey, you know, your great grandmother used to do this. You know, I learned this from your grandmother who learned this from her grandmother. And I would love for you to learn this too, and just keep that going. We need more of that.
Yeah. And for us to slow down.
And for us
I mean, sometimes when I'm sewing, I get in a zone, and sometimes I don't have any music on or anything at all. It's just quiet. But I mean, there's studies that talk about the rhythmic vibrations of the sewing machine and the sounds and how it actually soothes people. And they do actually are using these creative arts as therapy in some places. And, but you can also put your music on and jam while you're sewing too. I love to do that as well.
Yeah, yeah. I used to crochet, and I used to crochet in the subways of New York, making big blankets, and it was just so, so soothing. But I wanted to ask you to do something fun for me. Are you game? Okay. So before we, because we're almost to a close, but I wanted you to give us some recommendations on how could I purchase one or two things for the same person? What would you recommend? If I was to bundle something, what would you recommend me purchasing together to give to one person from what you have there?
Well, if and we're going to get to that later, but if it was a female, of course, nobody's going to be disappointed with a necklace and some earrings. And you can do that in different styles. So you can bundle that and give to them. I would also, tea and a candle is a lovely way to give a self-care type gift. We also have tea and journals. We don't have our journals here tonight. On one future one, we may have one. We have the Ease and Flow journal and the Black Girl Magic journal that we have. And the Ease and Flow journal is very detailed, and it just takes you step by step. It allows you to put a lot of reflection in, and you have some tea and sit down and write in your journal. I think that would be a great combination. Scarf and a tote bag.
That's it right there. That's what oh God, I am telling you. I really wish I could order that right now while we're on live. I'm like, my fingers are like ready to order that. But no, you hit the nail on the head, and you just gave us a little plug that we're going to go into our next segment, which is this is now, ladies, or whoever's with us, gents, whoever's with us. Now we are really going to let our hair down, because now this is the TPC tea. Okay. Yes. So I have my glass of tea here. I know that Akrama has her glass of tea. If you are watching and you can get some tea, I suggest you go and get some tea, but not before you find out exactly what Akrama is drinking. You want to tell us?
Yes, I'd love to tell you. Can't wait to tell you. It is Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Purple
Rain. All right, Prince. Come on, Prince.
This is Purple Rain tea.
Oh, man.
Which is a wonderful tea. It's delicious. It's sweet. It's organic. And it's made in Kenya. And there's a very good, interesting story behind these teas as well. They're called Just Tea. And they're made in Kenya. And they discovered purple tea in Kenya. So it's not just a play on the name. The tea is actually a purple tea, and it has been found to be have a lot of good properties in it that are beneficial for your health, antioxidants, etc. And much because they have the same, and I don't have it on the tip of my tongue right now, but the same ingredient that you find in purple fruits, that are great and good for you and good for your health. So those that same ingredient is in the teas that they find in Africa. So you have purple rain, purple jasmine, purple chocolate. You have all types of purple teas, and they're delicious.
So what does that one smell like? Again, I wish I had smell-o-vision, but I can only imagine how fragrant
it smells like purple. No. I think it has a berry smell,
Okay.
I just started, well, it's been a few years, but even when I started drinking tea, because I love tea. My grandfather was from Barbados, And of course, he spent a lot of time in Britain. And of course, at 3 o'clock, they have tea. So when I was a little girl, we had tea at 3, right? So I've always been a tea drinker. And I just find tea so soothing. Whenever I'm a little bit out of sorts, I just say, oh, I'm just going to go have a cup of tea, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, when you're not feeling well physically, a cup of tea. It's like chicken soup, only, you know, without the chicken. So
Right.
I love the tea and all of um, the different actions that people do with teas, the different things that tea means to people. They have different tea ceremonies and formalities with tea, but I just like a good cup of tea. Did you ask me a question? Because I think I was rambling on in my.
No, you answered the question and you gave me more, and you gave me more, which had me. Now I have another question, which is, so this is loose leaf. They're loose. So how would you use that for those who might not know?
Yeah, you could get a tea diffuser. I should have had one here, but that's what I was going to say. Most of the time, I would drink tea from the tea bag, and you just steep the tea in the tea bag.
Mm-hmm.
But the last few years, I've been drinking loose teas, and they have all different types of tea diffusers. There's some that are shaped like a spoon, and you put your tea in there and then you dunk it in the water and steep it that way. Some have like netting. So there are different things that you can get to drink and prepare and steep loose leaf teas.
Yeah, they just look so rich. You know, I just want to put my fingers in there and I just want to feel the leaves. But as you were talking, I had this vision of now putting everything together. So I had a vision of it being a Friday night, it's cold. I'm back on the East Coast. It's a little snowy outside. And I have my candle going on, so it's nice and toasty. I sit down on the couch. I get that wrap. I wrap myself up because it's a little chilly, but I want to feel nice and soft and just, hugged. I just want to feel like somebody's hugging me. And I'm sipping on some of that black tea. I can just see the whole thing. All the lights are off. The candle is just flickering. And I'm watching Downton Abbey because I was a British person in a former life. So I am just having a moment right now. I'm having a spot of tea and
Yes,
I am watching Downton Abbey and I'm all wrapped up and I'm a happy camper. So hint to any of my friends and family who are on. Buy me everything.
You can listen to Prince.
Well, that's a whole other talk show, but yes, ma'am.
Purple Rain as you drink your purple tea.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I have enjoyed going through all of these different items, and this is just a drop in the bucket, guys. I mean, there are so many makers and there are so many different items from each maker that is on the website. So please, if you are not familiar, please take a chance, take a moment and visit the website. The link is right there in the bottom. In addition to what was shown here, there are so many other wonderful, phenomenal things that I'm looking forward to, along with Akrama, on sharing in future lives. But before we go, Akrama, I want to just give you the floor. I want you to just kind of really tell us what the Piece of Collective really has going on for the rest of the year, maybe towards the beginning of the year, and any initiatives or requests that you have.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have our final Wisdom, Wellness, and Wealth, which is a program that we do every third Wednesday of the month. And it's a program designed to help inform, make you aware, and inspire you to action. So we have many, many generous and lovely speakers come on and speak about something that's relevant and relative to our community. So we have the last one coming up in December, and this time it's going to be a party. So every year we like to get together at the end of the year and just thank everybody for being so supportive of the Pieces Collective. We really, really appreciate it, and we don't take it lightly. So at the end of the year, we just want to have fun and enjoy each other. And thank each other for, what we've done and encourage each other going into the new year. So we'll have the year-end celebration, and we will have a Kwanzaa presentation on that celebration. We'll talk about some things that are going to happen in the future. We have a signature drink that we're going to introduce, and you'll be able, if you register, you'll be able to get the recipe and have all the ingredients so you can make it with us and toast with us. And we'll have lots of prizes for people. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be great.
And if somebody wanted to make a donation, how would they do that?
They could go to thepicescollective.org/donations, donate, /donate, and make a donation there. We really appreciate, we know that you have a lot of choices and there are a lot of people asking, but we have a vision for the future to introduce hand making to our community, particularly to the young people or people who might not have the opportunity to get in touch with their creativity. Sometimes we think we've been told that we're not creative people. We think some people are creative, some people are not, but we're all creative and we all have that ability. And that's one of our superpowers. So we need to get in touch with that, even if we're not going to use it as a career or something of that nature, but just to a little bit of self-care, a little bit of being in touch with the ancestors and those that came before us and keeping up certain traditions.
No, absolutely. I love that. And I've loved this episode. This was our very first TPC live, and I had such a great time. Right? Wasn't it fun? I love the fact anytime, sis, you want to just have a cup of tea with me, but I need some of that Purple Rain situation. I need some. I'm going to give you a toast because I'm going to just say it was, thank you for that. Cling, 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 cling. Thank you. Again, guys, candles, fill your home with the sense of the holidays, great gifts for teachers. And, I personally like to give my mail person and maintenance people little gifts who help me out throughout the year. My Amazon delivery person, my FedEx guy, I like to give little gifts. So these are all great gifts. Pardon me. These are all great gifts that you can give, the candles, the teas, if you're not quite sure what they like. These make really great gifts or stocking stuffers if that's something that your family participates in. You can't go wrong with the big piece bag rather. You can't go wrong with that, especially now with the holidays and we are hustling and bustling. You can carry so many things in that bag. That makes, again, a great gift. Like Sophia said, for teachers, they love bags like that. So maybe your child might want to gift that to their favorite teacher. That makes a great gift. And then the jewelry, you can't have enough. The fact of the matter is that it's crafted in such a unique way. You could just tell this story when you give it to them, and everyone will be like, oh, it's exclusive. I have an exclusive item. People love stuff like that. The necklaces, the beading, you can dress that up. You could dress that down. You can put a T-shirt on with a jean jacket and just have this as your statement piece. Or if you're wearing all black, something bold with color. So that works as well. And don't forget the pop-up. If you are in the area, make sure you stop by. It's Saturdays and Sundays. Make sure you stop by and see the Pieces Collective. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Our Sunday walk for wellness, we're still walking.
The walk?
Every Sunday we walk, and it's we want to encourage people to walk. It was somewhat inspired by Girl Trek here in this area, who wanted to inspire 1 million Black women to walk to improve our health and to grow community. And they accomplished that goal. And I joined that organization, and I want to continue to do what we can at the Pieces Collective to inspire Black women to wellness, all women to wellness.
All women. Well, everyone, I hope that you can't wait to shop and you just got your credit cards out and you're already online. You just hear me in the background. And I hope that that scarf is waiting for me because I am going to do that as soon as I get off. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, Akrama, for just being a fantastic host and for doing what you're doing. Keep doing it.
Thank
Guys,
you.
remember to like and subscribe so that you can stay abreast of all the things that we are doing. Akrama mentioned a gamut of things that are coming up, so we don't want you to miss any of these things. And before I go, I want you to remember this and never forget that happiness is
It's
handmade.
handmade.
Thank you and have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.